Oh, I didn't even realize I had one. What the heck? That's a good one. Nope. Loosen that drag. Get over here. Get over here.
That is really big.
That's a decent one. There we go.
What is it?
That's a largemouth bass.
Oh.
It's definitely a 3-pounder.
Well, there you go. Looks like dinner.
No.
Oh, you.
No, I catch and release. There we go.
There it is.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's 3 pounds, 4 ounces. Got the grip on the scale. We're gonna zero it. Okay. And then let's see what we got here. You got 3 pounds, 1 ounce. Let's turn around and show you. 3 pounds. Yeah, 3.2, 3.1. 3-pounder. There we go. Gorgeous fall fish, late fall fish. I didn't even notice that. By the way, welcome back to another episode, and today we are actually going to go over my top 5 bottom baits for bass fishing. We'll have that largemouth on a Ned rig. What we're gonna have to do is talk about the other baits and the other stuff that I want to include in this video. And it's funny too, because I was gonna fish and then I was gonna take the tackle bag and everything and talk about it, but worked out that way. That's a snag. I don't know what was crazy about that is I didn't even know I had it at first, and you'll remember how I told you how I turned the drag down. Well, that's because you're fishing that Ned rig on a light wire hook. So I like to have the drag a little loose. That way it doesn't bend the hook out. I was saying all that stuff for the video, and then of course, look what happened. I got snagged and broke off. That's the only thing about open hook baits. And yes, we're going to talk about all that stuff here in a minute. Today's video was actually supposed to be my top 5 bottom baits for bass fishing. And I decided to make a few casts before I started. And I caught that largemouth bass on a Ned rig. So that is going to be the first catch of the video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the bait rigged up and in the bag. Like I always say, it's a Z-Man Finesse TRD plastic. Okay, it's a little 2 3/4 size, 2 3/4 inch bait, and I like to rig it perfectly and fish it on a Z-Man Finesse Shrooms Ned rig jig head. This is a 1/6 ounce. This is my most popular size. Caught a lot of fish on these things, and I was actually gonna play a clip from a smallmouth bass before I caught the largemouth, but then that happened, so that kind of changed the pattern of the video. But I do like to fish that Ned rig on 8-pound test with a spinning rod. And one of the things about that I can tell you that I don't like is, just like any open hook bait, especially a tube, you're gonna get snagged. Once in a while, you're gonna lose baits, but I'm telling you, if you keep fishing it, you're gonna enjoy it. Take one out of the package and show you. Not rigged up. So the first bait is the Finesse TRD. All right, that is, and this is in no particular order. These are just my top 5 bottom baits for bass fishing. And the last one I don't even have with me, so I'm definitely gonna save that for last. Now the next one, we're gonna jump around randomly here, is actually going to be, number 1's a Ned rig, number 2 is gonna be a Texas rig, okay? And I'm gonna show you that I do use a 1/4 ounce tungsten weight by Strike King, and I do like to use a 2/0 or a 3/0 Superline EWG hook. This is a 1/0. I was playing with those earlier in the season, and I will fish a rage bug or a bandito bug on that. There's the hook. Okay, just wanted to take that out and show you. And you guys know that I like to fish that on a 7'2" or 7 foot, anything 7 foot or bigger, medium heavy power, fast action. Here, let's move this and take one out of the package. Now, whether you like the bandito bug or not, whether you like the Strike King rage bug or not, I do love it. I've been using these since they came out. The first video that I did with this bait was actually, you know, just for a video. I wanted to fish it, make a video about it, but now these are one of my go-to baits. I use them all the time. And a lot of people think that I use these mainly in the summer, and that is kind of true, but I also use these year-round, spring, summer, fall, winter. So that brings me to the next catch, which is actually a smallmouth bass from the shore. That was a bite. Got it. It paid off. Yes. Yes. My first fish of the trip, or of the year. Oh my God. Oh, it paid off. It paid off. Not a giant, but like a 2.5, 2.5. Now, what would a video about bottom baits be if I didn't include a jig? Now, normally I would include like a full-size jig, like a 3/8 ounce or a 1/2 ounce, something like a casting jig, a football jig, something like that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about one of my most successful jigs this year in particular, and that is the Finesse jig. You'll see that I do still have a line tie on there. This is a 1/4 ounce, okay? This is a little juicy jig, and I do have a Rage Craw trailer on there, okay? Now, a lot of people like to throw a Finesse jig on a spinning rod, and I will do that sometimes, but I do fish my Finesse jigs the same way I fish a regular jig or a Texas rig, which is also the same way I fish one of the next baits that I'm gonna be talking about, which is gonna be a tube that we're gonna get to in a minute. 20-pound test, medium heavy rod. I know I keep saying it, probably sounds like a broken record, but that is what I like to do. So, up next, you do have a Finesse jig. It's either gonna be green pumpkin or black and blue. Dude. God. That's a hog. That's a hog. Got him. Dude, that's my biggest one yet. That's my biggest one yet. That's gotta be a, yeah, that's gotta be a 4. Oh, that's gotta be, yeah, I'd say a 3.5, 4 pounder for sure. Oh, finally. Been waiting all year for a fish like this. Oh man, finally. I zeroed the scale when it had the grip on there. It's still zeroed. Okay. I'll grab it with my finger. 3 pounds, 14 ounces. So as you see in the video, you'll notice that I do fish the Finesse jigs the same way I fish the regular size jigs. Slow, and I drag them. Sometimes I hop them, but it's more of a slow drag. So with that, we're gonna move on to the next bait that I also fish with the same rod and reel, and that is going to be a tube. Some people call it a tube jig. This is actually a 3/8 ounce Mustad tube jig head, okay? And I do have an extreme bass tackle, Great Lakes perch color on there. Now, when you think tube, I know you gotta be thinking smallmouth bass. That's what I fish these. When I'm fishing for smallmouth bass, I'm throwing a tube, okay? I totally just messed that up, but when I'm fishing for a smallmouth, especially a bigger smallmouth, yes, moving baits catch huge ones, but I like to throw a tube, okay? Now, you can do it however you want, but I do like a 1/4 ounce tube jig head and a 3/8, and you will see that this Great Lakes perch is absolutely torn up. I got him. That's a big one. I just caught the 3-pounder that I've been wanting this whole time. Look at this. Lake Huron smallmouth bass. We're gonna get a weight. Wow. A tube is one of the greatest baits ever created for smallmouth bass. And if you guys haven't fished a tube or any of the baits that I'm talking about in this video, give these baits a try. And I know it might sound like a broken record, but check out the videos, the links in the description, the end screens, and the playlist on my channel. I think I have something on there for everyone. And moving on to the last bait, before we do that, we do have a Ned rig, which is the first one. You do have a Finesse jig, okay? Excuse me, Ned rig, Texas rig, Finesse jig, tube, and the last one I actually don't have with me. I thought I grabbed it, but I don't, and that's gonna be a drop shot, okay? So the last catch will be with a drop shot. Come on. That's a big bass. At least it looks like it. Just kidding. It's not a monster, but it's a decent one. Right as soon as I got to the rocks with that dragon drop. Mission accomplished. Bass on the morning dawn dragon drop. Not huge, but it's like a 2.5 pounder for sure. Let's get a good look at him. All right, fish fought hard. I was just about to reel up that drop shot. So there you go. Now to the last part of the video, you guys got to do me a favor and leave me a comment in the section below. What is your favorite way to catch fish? And what I mean is, what is your favorite bottom bait for fish? Do you guys like a jig, a Texas rig, a tube, drop shot, Ned rig? I know a lot of guys like a hair jig. A lot of guys fish a swim bait on the bottom. Let me know. Every time you guys comment and share your stories about what you've caught or your rod, your reel, that is awesome. I think those are great comments. That actually adds to the video because it's bringing everyone together for a great topic, and that is fishing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. You know I will reply to all of your comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was going to take the bass at the beginning with other clips and make a video, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna combine the bass I caught with tackle and some older clips, because I know I have a lot of new subscribers that haven't seen some of the older videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.